But he made 960 look faster than an opener, like cleaner than an opener, maybe not faster. And I absolutely love that.
Technique is incredible.
I love it.
What's cracking, guys? Omar Yusuf here, back with another video, back with the main man himself, Silencio Mike. Mike, how you doing?
Doing great. How you doing, buddy?
We're here today to talk about who has the best deadlift of all time. We kind of have a little bit of a debate. We couldn't agree. We were just talking about this over sushi, and we thought, you know, we're going to settle this with a live debate. Before we go on, when we discuss this, just want to quickly mention myself, Silent Mike, and Barquan, we formed KIZEN Training. We offer training programs. A lot of you guys, over 10,000 of you, have gone on these programs. You guys have been requesting a sale. Well, guess what? We're preemptively doing a sale, a Black Friday sale. It begins today. This is Friday, November 17th. It's only gonna last, I think, several days, like about a week. 50% off. We never have a sale this big in the history of history. So if you wanted a program and you thought to yourself, damn man, I wanna save some cash, now's the time. Code Black Friday 17 at checkout. It only lasts a week. Get some. Thank you for the support. Mike, get started when it comes to this. I got some people in my head that I want to talk about. We first have to talk, you know, what role does bodyweight play?
Yeah, so I would like to say, when we're talking best deadlift, I like to think of best deadlift. So that's a combo in my eyes of body weight.
Technique, in my opinion.
So I was going to say how clean it is.
Right.
Technique, and then obviously the weight lifted.
Right. So absolute weight lifted relative than body weight.
I like these conversations. Sure. I watch a couple shows on hip hop or basketball and things like that, and they like to talk these things too, because you could talk like record sales, or you could talk performance.
I don't think there's one definitive answer when it comes to
and that's why I like it.
And we'll hear from you guys in the comment section below what you think.
We're not saying we're not
saying we're right,
and don't just blast like, oh well, so and so lifted the most, or so and so's Wilks. That's cool, and that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But we like to talk best, and I like that as well. Yeah. My favorite or your favorite.
What we find impressive.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put up my maybe my first round draft pick, and I know this is a cheeky one that you won't like. Okay, you want your first? Cheeky
I'm gonna fuck your shit up right now, because I'm gonna go with someone you're not even gonna expect.
Oh, I was
thinking like Ed Cohn. No, Bob Peoples, the first over 700 pound deadlift.
That's really good.
Beltless, I believe. Yeah, history. So he's the first person.
Equipment's probably rough.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at
they probably didn't even have chalk back then.
No, what was crazy? His platform. This is something really cool. People
was a trampoline.
Oh, it was basically like it was a trampoline. Like how
like a gymnastic a little bit.
Yeah, it was not a hard floor, and actually
Tempur-Pedic mattress.
And the plate diameter wasn't our normal standard 45, so it was more from a deficit. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the easiest.
If you say Ed Cohn.
No, Eddie's my guy. I was gonna go with Yuri. So Yuri, one, I love his style, his technique. He is made to deadlift. He does have longer arms, but then he also optimized that. There's a lot of people with short torsos and long arms that don't optimize their leverages. He has a genetic gift to deadlift, and he optimized it, and he lifts so efficiently. His, you know, maybe he has a 980 or 1,000 pull in him, which I do think he'll do within the year. But he made 960 look faster than an opener, like cleaner than an opener, maybe not faster. And I absolutely love that.
Technique is incredible.
I love it.
Something that's also
What's so funny?
Impressive about him. And this actually, should this be factored? It's beltless. And I think you could belt it. And some people say it's like, well, if he was stronger with the belt, obviously you would use the belt. So it's just his technique.
But I think it is a cool factor.
Yeah, it ups the cool factor. Yep. We also can talk. It's like, are we going to include, you know, like a suit, or like also
throw it in there. Strongman, yeah. If it's cool, it's cool.
So straps. Like we're talking, obviously Eddie Hall, first man ever to do 500 kilos.
Yeah, pretty insane.
And you know what happened when Eddie Hall, only person ever,
500
kilos. What's also super impressive about that, I don't know if you read about it, but he said actually that like blood vessels burst in his head just due to the sheer load.
So I'm going next. My next draft pick would probably be Konstantinov, the Latvian beast. I just think like he should be a villain in every James Bond movie.
Bro, when he yells, "This is my fucking belt," that's like one of the. If you guys aren't aware, like he also does stuff beltless. What's his best pull all time?
Is it
930 or 9?
I think it's 938, 944, somewhere in that range. Weighing around 308, and he's an absolute savage.
Just the way he looks, like he looks sick.
He looks like a silverback gorilla. And he trains sick. He's one of the first guys that I see. At least he would do banded chin-ups, and he would bang them out at 300 pounds. So he put a band around his neck, wrap it around the ground, and he's just banging out chin-ups at 300 pounds, just so sick.
I'll actually say, like he actually is one of the bigger names where you clearly see he has some of that thoracic around him, where it's very obvious.
But his traps are so heavy, they're weighing him down.
It's hard for me to make a pick. I am going to have to go with the glaringly obvious one, because I think another factor is relative to time, your competitors at the time. So we're taking a look at people that are making new strides. What about records are set once again in the past? The one that was recently broken, Ed Cohen, come on, going into that sumo position pull where he's 220, he's pulling over 900 pounds. The speed on the bar, the fact, I'm not sure, like, was it a deadlift bar? It's it was like a stiff bar. It was just the amount of weight that he's lifting. There's a little bend, but like that's not a non-factor. But relative to everyone that's lifting at the time is what makes it impressive, in my opinion, because that record, it's like, obviously Usain Bolt, fastest man of all time, and I think that will hold for a long period of time to come.
Yeah.
But that individual that held the record for so long, so Ed Cohen had the record, how long? 20, 24 years. That's a long period of time, especially when you consider that so many records are now falling year after year. It took how long? It was Kaler? That broke it. It took like 24 years. So that's my, not in order, but...
these aren't in order. These are just throwing names. I didn't want to pick Ed Cohen, 1, because he's a personal friend. 2, he's a personal hero, so I'm already biased. And 3, he's kind of an obvious choice, but I would go even more in depth that you already did, is that he pulled 881 conventional.
Yeah.
These are all in full meets, I believe.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's another factor. It's our full meets.
Another thing is, I don't know about the 901, maybe the 881, so don't quote me. I know some of you guys are better historians than myself. But one of them, if not 2 of them, were in the old powerlifting style where you could follow yourself in a lift. So if these other people weren't even deadlifting 800 pounds...
Because he went for a record. I think it was like right after his previous attempt.
Even if it wasn't a record and didn't go for anything, the bar never goes down.
Sure.
So if no one's pulling over 850, then Ed's pulling 880 or 850, and then he gets 3 minutes or whatever. I don't even know the rules back then. And then he has to pull 880, which is a whole other factor, rather than waiting an entire flight now, waiting 10 minutes. And the fact that 881 in a meet conventional, 902 sumo kind of shuts everyone up. I'm going to go with another, as you were mentioning, newer records, with the homegirl, Gina Aversa.
Right.
Gina is an absolute stud.
AKA Gina Wolf.
I believe it's Gina Miss Wolf. No, I'm just kidding. She pulled 556, I believe.
Like 165?
Weighing around 165 pounds.
Yeah.
And again, she has a lot of muscle on her for a lady, and she also has decent leverages for a deadlift, but then she optimizes those pulls where her pulls are pretty dang clean. And a lot of respect to that. For a lady to pull 556, we were talking off camera where, don't quote me, again, if anyone knows for fact, comment below, but I believe there's less than 5 women ever that have pulled 600.
Sure.
And that's including full deadlift from a strongman or anything of that nature. And so for her to do it in a full meet,
that's another factor, absolutely.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge.
I was going to say, not numbers, but let's go with 4, my 4th draft pick, as you talked about. I think number 4, I'm going to have to go with Drake when he did 225.
On deadlift? Break your back.
With his gloves. With his whole, you saw how he was doing when he started.
I saw it.
Shout out to him, and also shout out, actually, I'm going to tie it. It's going to be also Donald Trump Jr. Did you see, he did 365 at a CrossFit gym.
I heard about it.
And he said his caption was like, hey man, I know this form is shit or whatever, so don't hate. So get in contact with Silent Mike. I was going to say 4th serious pick. This was probably one of the deadlifts that I would refer to when I would be lifting heavy. You do a heavy lift, you want to take a look at like a heavy lift of the same movement. Would be Benedict Magnuson when he pulled over 1,000. Just the way he
first
hypes it up.
First
raw. I think first raw because Bolton did 1,009. I'm just going off memory.
No, in the suit. Yep.
But I was going to say that what made that Benedict Magnuson deadlift so impressive was just the ease, the rage, like the amount of hype up that went into it. If they loaded up like 1,200, I feel like he would have pulled it, because he points at it, like yells it, does it so easy, looks around like he's completely fine, puts it down, and then he just explodes. Like just that exhilaration, the celebration. I know like some people, it depends upon how you lift. Like the couch himself, Jeremy Hamilton, he's a dude, like he set the world record and he just walks off the stage, and I highly respect that too. But sometimes just a little bit of adrenaline. Yeah, so I would say that's my 4th pick.
So I guess with my next pick, I'll probably go with my man Mark Henry.
Sure.
Many of you may only know him as a professional wrestling. WWE. People call him the strongest man alive or ever on the planet. in the WWE, but that's also a true argument off because I believe he pulled 900 pounds with the stiff bar, which is absolutely insane.
What was it? What were his other lifts as well?
He also squatted near 9 and benched high fives, maybe 6. As well as he was an Olympic weightlifter in the actual Olympics.
Multiple things at once.
He did. I believe he went to the Olympics 2 or 3 times. He's literally done it all on all stages, which is pretty rare and insane.
So probably if we have to give 5 total picks, another one that I would give them would be Kim Wolford. The reason why is because I'm terrible with kilos, but it's like 71, 72 kilos. I think she competes at, so that's like 140 some odd pounds. But I remember for sure in 2017 that she pulled like 257.5 kilos. So it was like about 550, so 560, almost 560 pounds. I'm not sure if it comes to like Wilksford or relative body weight, like how high that ranks, but I know she's consistently pulled heavy for a decent period of time.
She's been in the game forever.
Yeah, so it's not just one lift sometimes, so maybe this is a strong reason why. It's not just one lift, which we've named numerous times, but also a deadlifter that has been super consistent at an extremely high level. So for that reason alone, I think she absolutely deserves to be in like the top 5.
Bouncing off someone that's been doing it for a long time, multiple weight classes, and hopping into a lighter weight gentleman, Sergey Fedosenko of Russia has lifted crazy amounts of lifts. Again, going into Wilks or something, I don't know, but I imagine he's near the top of all-time Wilks deadlifts. He's pulled high 500s weighing under 130 pounds and then weighing about 130 pounds. I believe he's
consistent with insane pulls.
I think he's pulled 600 pounds weighing 132, which is absolutely crazy considering, 600 pounds is a legitimate pull for any size gentleman. You hear 600-pound pull, and that in my head is like that guy's putting some work to get strong. And obviously now in this video we're talking world's best ever, and I'm talking more recreational or just get strong people, but 600 pounds is 600 pounds and it's a legitimate number.
So we've given now kind of a top 5 or 5 picks, let's say. But who are some other people maybe we haven't listed that you want to talk about? You want to list a few? I got
tons. I love deadlifting.
Okay. I might interrupt you now since you go.
So my man Pete Rubish, obviously crushing weights forever, loud music, Eminem slamming weights in the basement.
Very iconic when it comes to like YouTube
and
videos
strong,
and
legitimate.
I was just gonna say Tom Martin, because he's like right around his weight class. He pulled, I forget how often, he was posting on like Facebook, 400 kilos, like 880 pounds.
Every weekday or whatever.
That to me is super impressive.
My guy Jesse Norris holding it up for the under 200 pound guys, pulling 800 pounds multiple times at a young age. Insanely strong. We kind of mentioned Kaylor Woolham, who just took Eddie Cohn's record, who's a young gun, also smashing weights. Dude, my guy Jeremy. Jeremy's a personal friend. He's a freaking awesome kid, and he's pulling 800 pounds. His squat has improved. He's
only, what, 22, 23? Like
he may be a little older now because I do get bad with age, but Jeremy is impressive to me because he has pulled 800 for a couple years now, but what he did is he was squatting about 5, and now he's like squatting like 7. He's improved his other lift. He benched around 350, now he's benching mid-4s. Like, he's a real power lifter.
Trying to improve his total.
Shout out to Jeremy. I think he hurt his hamstring. Hopefully you're healing up, buddy. There's obviously other ones. Thor Bjornsson is going nuts.
Yeah, he's going. So after what's crazy, speaking to Thor, when it came to Toronto.
Oh yeah, you were just with him.
He asked me. He said, "Do you know what the records are?" He didn't know what the powerlifting records were. Yeah. And I told him for the weight class what they would be, and he kind of like he was like, "Huh." And so now you just see him crushing weights, like
squatting
over 900.
I did that. I talked about that on my channel with Alan a little bit. How that's the most impressive thing to me. Where if there was no squat, if it was push pull was all powerlifting, of course strongmen would win and they would dominate. They're big pullers. But what keeps them away from powerlifting, besides money and fame and who knows what else, is squatting. That's what they're known for being weak at. And he's going for a 1,000-pound squat in a couple weeks. He just crushed 880 for reps. He just squatted 970 for a single.
880 for I think multiple sets of multiple reps.
And he's over 6'8". So there you go.
Tall guy, long range of motion. You got one more mention? You got a special mention?
Yeah, again, it is biased again, where he is kind of a personal friend.
You don't have to name me, dude. It's fine.
Omar Isuf, who just recently pulled a White Ranger deadlift, 600 pounds, which actually is dope because it's a long-time goal. And the most important thing about it is that you had a goal, you got injured, and you came back and still hit the goal, which is difficult. It's really freaking hard. But that wasn't the mention. That's my guy Brian Shaw. Insane deadlifter from the ground versus bands, lifted, strapped, non-strapped. It doesn't really matter. The guy's just absolutely insanely strong. And I do think just casual talk, I don't want to talk for him or don't quote me off the record, but I do think one day he will hop in powerlifting and try to smash a deadlift. At least a deadlift because he is so good at it. And he's insanely smart and hardworking dude, so shout out to him.
Guys, I think we're gonna close it out now because we gave
Close
it out. What's this about? We gave at least like 15 different names. This is by no means, once again, we're trying to figure out between us. There's no right answer. We want to know in the comment section below who you guys think. Let us know. I also will say, if you want to see a sequel to this, maybe let's talk about the squat. We got some ideas. Let's talk about the bench press.
Let's talk about this video.
Let's talk. How sexy would that sound? Okay, let's talk about it.
And if you're looking at us like we're crazy because we know all these random people's lifts, one, this is our life. We love fitness.
We love it. I love lifting.
And number two is something that I learned early on in my career playing basketball. Is if I wanted to get better, you have to study your history. You have to study the best, and you also have to find someone you can emulate. And I can't obviously emulate Ed Cohn. We're built differently and different things. So I chose Brian Shaw. Right. But what you do is find someone that's built like you, and you learn about different people on the way. I got more names in here too. We forgot. So comment below so we can do another video.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I got things to talk about.
So if you want to see a sequel when we talk about the bench press or the squat, like this video, give it 3,000 likes. And final thing I'll say, what do we got going on right now, Mike?
Guys, again, Black Friday sale from KIZEN. If you have used a program or are looking to or been waiting to, now is your chance. This is the biggest sale we'll ever run. It's guaranteed. We're not getting less expensive than this. Tons of information comes along with it, plus an Excel that's been proven by thousands of people and people that we've coached one-on-one.
Just look at the hashtag on Instagram.
Hashtag Silent Mike, hashtag Omar Isov.
Guys, we are out of here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video.
And on my channel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to give you a shout out?